All right. So it does raise the question, particularly when you talk about things being 19% up, and we've all experienced a bit of that, why you aren't further ahead in the polls. And one reason potentially could be everyone knows the US and the UK have had exactly the same inflation problems. And the other issue could be people aren't convinced by your leader yet. So what do you say to all that?
I would say to that, ultimately, again, people need to ask themselves, when you go to vote at this election, you are going to have a choice. At this point in time, the choice is going to be between Peter Dutton, who has clearly led the way when it comes to showing strength of leadership on national security and the protection of Australia and Australians, or this is now the reality for Australians, Andrew. You will not be getting an Albanese majority government. There is no credible political commentator who is now saying that that option is on the table. You will be getting Mr Albanese, despite everything that he says, governing in minority with Adam Bandt and the Australian Greens. So people say to me, do you think it can get worse for me, Michaelia? And the answer is yes. I think more and more people are looking to Peter Dutton for the strength of leadership. He has clearly set out a plan. We've released our vision for Australia in terms of our priorities. But more than that, when you have a crisis of anti-Semitism in this country, when you have acts of domestic terrorism, what is the one thing people look for? They look for strength of leadership. And the reality for Mr Albanese, and you saw it in the Senate and the House of Representatives, when they literally had to capitulate to Peter Dutton on the issue of mandatory sentencing for terrorism, there is one person that Australians are looking to and have looked to for leadership in protecting them, and we all want to feel protected, Andrew, and Peter Dutton is that person. Anthony Albanese has appeared drowsy, he's appeared disinterested. The fact that he can't answer a basic question about when he was first informed of a potential mass casualty event, a caravan filled with explosives, that is not a leader. Peter Dutton, more and more every day, you may not like him, but the decision at the next election is not about liking a particular person. The decision you need to make at the next election is, do I want a strong leader who backs me? Well, that's Peter Dutton. Or do I want a leader who, quite frankly, Andrew, the question I posed the other night is, does Mr Albanese even care anymore?